Thursday marked the 6th-month anniversary of the Grenfell Tower tragedy. And the reason this fire was a tragedy is that it was entirely preventable. Now, 6 months later, the government's rolled back the deadline on rehousing the survivors. Figures from last week show that only 42 families have been rehoused. That means 118 will be spending their Christmas in emergency accommodation. It illustrates the complete absence of leadership from the authorities overseeing the aftermath of the fire. Last week I asked Alok Sharma, who's the Minister of State for Communities and Local Government, whether disabled and independent organisations will have their voices heard in the inquiry. But Mr Sharma suggested my question was nothing to do with the government. Yet when the inquiry opened this week, the chair, Sir Martin Morbick, said it was an issue for the government.
Can you just help me on one thing? I think you recognise that whether to appoint other people to a panel is for the Prime Minister.
Yes, it is.
So given that it is the government's responsibility to decide who sits on the inquiry, ministers must ensure full and proper representation for the victims. We had a major breakthrough on Wednesday night when this blundering government's plans to exclude Parliament from having a proper say on the Brexit deal was defeated by 309 votes to 305. 11 Tory MPs voted against their own rudderless government and another one abstained. Tory whips tried every trick in the book to win the vote. Such was their desperation they even reinstated Anne-Marie Morris, the Tory MP who was suspended last July for using a racist remark. The outcome of the vote means two things. First, there'll now be more accountability and less chance of the government taking Britain over a Brexit cliff edge. And second, there's likely to be more trouble for the government ahead, as the Conservative Party's crisis is deepening by the day. In PMQs this week, Jeremy led on the issue of homelessness. If you're a little younger than me, you might not realise how much worse homelessness has become. Growing up in the 1960s and 70s, I would rarely see people begging and sleeping on the streets. But nowadays, rough sleeping is endemic in every town and city in the country. Britain is the 6th richest nation on earth. Yet 128,000 children will be homeless this Christmas. That's a 60% rise since 2010. Council homes are desperately needed, but these Tories want to continue selling them off. And 40% of ex-council houses sold under the right to buy are now owned by private landlords who habitually charge extortionate rents that are often subsidised by housing benefit. Where's the sense in that? We won't tackle the scandal of homelessness and the wider housing crisis until we stop using housing as a cash cow. And in some cheery news, I'd like to offer my congratulations to Jeremy Corbyn, who last week was awarded the Sean McBride Peace Award by the International Peace Bureau in Geneva. So that's it for another week in Westminster. Thanks for watching and please share the video.